Okay, so I'm dumb, and I really like mathematical patterns. If you don't believe me, I hope you do now. But something I've been interested in is the idea of ellipses. What's an ellipse, you ask? Good question. Wish I knew a concrete answer. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I'm doing math now. Because Lord forbid I be consistent. Something in the... My favorite hunk of rubber. Put that to the side. Such a cluttered workplace. Literally, more people work here than I'm pretty sure there are ants on the planet. So anyways, I wanted to make... So, with an ellipse, you have... its major axis, normally notated with A, and its minor axis, notated with B. Look at that, that's amazing. And so you're wondering, hey, is there a good equation to represent this on a graph? And it's fine. And it's easy. It's just x over a squared plus y over b squared, and it's just equal to 1. It's a good equation. Well, I mean, you would also have to factor in the center, but that just means this is x minus h, and this is y minus k. But that's just, who cares? Also, this has the unique property that this equation doesn't break when b is larger than a, which means you can make b larger than a, which makes it taller. Which, I mean, that's all fine and dandy. Like, there's literally no issue with that. But the fact that you can rotate so that the major axis is at a 90-degree angle kind of makes it feel like you should be able to do in-betweens. And indeed you can! Apparently. Okay, this is interesting. There is a such thing as a focal length when it comes to not parabolas. Ha. This isn't grade 11 anymore. Let's pretend that's a good ellipse. Let's pretend. All these grown-up mathematics channels are going to show up and they're going to say, "Oh, you're so horrible. You can't mathematics." And I'm going to be like, please, I just finished grade 11. Stop bullying me. And then Matt Parker's going to show up and he's going to be like, neat. And I'm going to be sitting there just crying because he just shows up and watches the video. That'd be funny. Now, there's this thing here called a focal length. It's on both sides. And now this focal length, now I'm just terrified of Matt. This focal length, you're asking, what's this distance? Well, it's easy. Square root of a, no, it's a squared minus b squared, all under a square root. That's awfully convenient. So I said to myself, what if we have it like this? And the center is HK. Now this is messy, and you probably can't tell what's going on here, and that's understandable. In fact, I would not blame you. Okay, so you're probably wondering what the heck these focal points are. Well, everything around the edge of this, every point, if you take, say, this point, if you take this point's distance from here, and you add its distance to here, it equals 2a. And I know how to find the distance from these. And it's just measuring how much x deviates from that and how much y deviates from that, squaring them, adding them together, and taking the square root. And doing the same with this point here. And we know how long this is, and we know its angle, which means we can use trigonometry to figure it out. And we all know that the distance should equal 2a. Simple! Okay. So, question, what's the x of this location? Well, to figure it out, we would have to do something like this. Oh man, it's a triangle. The angle is theta, of course it is, and the distance is a squared minus b squared, all under a square root. Oh god, it's mathematics all over again. And it's at HK. Oh my god, it's already 6 minutes. And oh my god, I just want to be able to write the equation. So, I ask you, how do we find this bottom part? If you said cosine, thank god you're fast. That means this point here would be h plus a squared minus b squared under a square root times cosine of theta. And the endpoint here, please pretend I didn't originally stop the line there and it just continued. Let's just pretend that's how it worked. Now let's say that this here is k plus the square root of doobity-doo, because you just do sine, whatever, and I know that technically this part here is just this bit. I'm just counting that because I don't know, that's what I did. Doesn't seem very intuitive at all. Also, sorry if the camera angle is absolutely horrible and makes you want to strangle whoever recorded this. Don't worry, I want to strangle that person every day. I shouldn't be making that joke online. I'm gonna get canceled. So you're probably wondering, what's the opposite side? Well, you just take away this twice. So it would be this, but it's negative. Same for over there. Which is interesting. So now we know. So, we can figure out. We can say that it's here, it's x minus this here. Figure out how far x is. And then we add how far y is from this. And of course we have to square them, add them together, and put them under a square root. And yes, I make sure to write in all caps when I do that. So then we shoot the papers, the paper. There we go. It's got a third dimension to it, despite the fact it's a square root. And now we've got to add the same exact thing again. Except, now we have a positive in front of the square roots, because we're cool. No, that's a negative now. Assume that that's a negative. It's a negative. One of my friends is gonna see this, and they're gonna be like, hey, I didn't know you were an absolute nerd. And I'm gonna be like, dude, I was explaining this to you in grade 11. You're my friend. How did you know? And they're just gonna be laughing. They're gonna be like, "Hi, you're a nerd." I keep realizing that every time that I just start talking, I occasionally just slip into a Technoblade-esque voice. And then I'm like, oh man, that's interesting. I'm starting to sound a lot like my idols. And then I break down crying because I remember. And then it's sad. No. No, I can't do it because I'm holding the camera. There's the equation! Yay! Number file, please cover this or I am going to cry. Oh man, imagine if this winds up being covered. Like, I just say, oh, hashtag number file, hashtag ellipsical. What the hell's ellipsical? So yeah. Also, English reform. Stupid. Yeah, might as well cover this. Yes. English compatible. I also included special case for them. Why does my finger feel like it's twitching? Yeah, which meant that L has a special case for at the end of words, because I figured, hey, if it's English, you gotta have that. Oh yeah, also I tested it by writing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which is a word that I would use to describe myself, because much like a real word to describe myself, it sounds quite atrocious. That's the stupidest joke to be making. This is completely unscripted. What is the time? The time is 8 in the morning. Can you tell that I'm living off of nothing but Mountain Dew? It's the only thing I've had to drink recently. Yeah. Shocker. And in case you're wondering what all this was, I'm calculating pi by hand. By myself. Oh my god, I just realized I'm doing I've become knockoff Matt Parker. Well, if you like this video, please leave a like, or not. I honestly do not care at this point, because it doesn't do me any good. It doesn't make me feel happy, but who cares about my happiness? It's dumb. If you hate this video, please don't hide it. Don't protect my feelings. Please let me know how absolutely horrible it is by leaving a dislike and as many rude comments. The more absurdly rude they are, the better. You know, it helps me really feel good about myself every day when I'm able to look and say, hey, someone cared enough about my crap to tell me what exactly makes me need to jump off a cliff. You know, it makes me feel great on the inside when people, instead of just blindly telling me to do horrible things to myself, give a somewhat decent reason. Like, if it's a reason in general, then I'm like, okay, well, at least they went the extra mile. And then I feel good because, I don't know, you know, so, where was I going with this? If you want to watch more of this content, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of when I post new videos, because, as I have just proven, consistency doesn't exist. I have no such thing as, there's no such thing as an outro. This is, pretend I had a really cool outro here, and, if you feel like it, talk in the comments about how cool the outro is. He says as if anyone will ever watch this video. Goodbye!